go. Now I have audio. That's fucking amazing. Okay. Let's make sure I'm not feedbacking. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. It is Sunday. It is the 3rd of March. Alright, welcome Alex. Welcome Dakota. I saw your post earlier about wanting to do a lyric video, Dakota, and I think that's cool. I'm actually painting some jack-o'-lantern right now. Oh my god, thank you so much. Huh. What a good Sunday. I feel very heartwarmed. It's been a pretty I've had a really good weekend. Let me put myself behind here. Oh wait, can I? Oh, that's not me. That's some foam. That's me. Fuck yeah. No, any kind of fan stuff you guys want to make, you are free to do so, as long as you like link back to me and let me know when you did it. I think that stuff's great. You don't need my permission to use all this stuff if you're gonna be, you know, linking back to it, linking back to where you found it, and as long as you know, make sure I'm credited. I don't, you know, go nuts. I appreciate all of that shit. It's one of the things that's kept me going over 6 years is like the cool, like, the effort people put into fan works and shit. I love that. Foam cam. Sometimes you need foam cam. I was just watching a thing about how a guy is able to get sound out of high-speed, like, video footage that doesn't have sound by analyzing the changing in the pixels and recreating the frequencies based on the amount that the pixels in an image shake. Which is really similar to a thing I saw about how old people are trying to find ways to scan pottery so that we could possibly uncover audio from it. Because if you think about someone spinning a potter's wheel, there's all these little vibrations that would be knocking into their fingers as they're spinning the thing. And that's a fascinating concept. And the idea of ripping a sound from images is also, like, a fascinating concept, and that one's actually doable because we have technology. They didn't have very good resolution back when, you know, potter's wheels are, much less suited to medium than vinyl, per se. Anyway, welcome to the stream. It's Sunday. It is March 3rd. I usually have some shit bumping in the background, but I don't today. So let's yeah. This is an old beat I made a while ago. Let me get all my notifications out of the way. Let's send Buffer another thing just to you know, because the last one was 15 minutes ago. was actually looking for another beat that I was gonna work with today. But I could only find this one. Writing an essay? I hope I don't distract you. What are you doing for your history essay? Nice. Cool. Welcome, Ethereal. Oh, we just did a situation where we have to create our own government, and I have to reflect on it. That's interesting. I remember having to do stuff like that. I remember it was like one of the first times that a lot of like kids in our history class would sort of understand like, oh, some of us could come up with better ways to do things. It's just that we can't implement them because the power structure is fucking stupid. Would the same go for using a track on an outro in terms of like credit and video? Yeah, go for it, absolutely. You can do that. I have no problem with that. Alright, let's... Oh, there's me over there. Here's me over here. Hello, what's up? I got the chat up now. Listening in, finally have decent quality connection. Thank you for coming at a time when you have good connection, and also there's some decent connection here. The internet's actually been spotty, and so it's been kind of unfortunate when like some people show up and it's just like jittering and nobody sticks around. You ever get that thing where you hear a song and you feel like there needs to be a short film about it? Yeah, I mean like whenever I write stuff, it's with a sort of like as a soundtrack to a thing in mind. Greater Needs is supposed to sound like, you know, the montage sequence of like a fucking social capitalist making, you know, like wake up to the meta, like self-improvement YouTube videos and then fucking getting filthy rich doing it and feeling evil. Like that was originally when I had like a music video in mind. It was gonna be like a parody of those like whiteboard metaphysics, talk to the camera like, this is how to make $1 million fucking dollars right now using the law of attraction. I wanted to do a whole like music video spoof or like a short film thing, like spoofing that and center it around Greater Needs. I might still end up doing that if the Harmonics in series goes all the places I want it to go. And then this was from, Good God, I wanna think you're doing something, but you're a weak dose boy in the see-through void, so no need to voice. If it works, it'll work even if we both know you're just a placebo, just a placebo. Alright. I want to draw animatics for like every song I listen to. I feel that. So, relevant to placebos, let me move off this beat, or let me move off of this vocal track for a bit. So, here's something that's fucking amazing me, is, so, CBD is legal now, like hemp products. What's up? Thanks for coming by, Ellie. Also, John. Oh my god. Thanks for stopping in. You caught me just as a time when I was gonna be like, can you believe how crazy it is these days? They just have CBD cigarettes. I was gonna spark one up, but can you believe how crazy it is these days? They have just CBD cigarettes? Holy shit. Also, good luck to both of you on your work. Ugh. Alright. I have too many fucking layers on for this hot ass studio. Where's my lighter? Hang on. Here we go. Wait, do they have the... Is there a reason to do this? I don't really see a... I don't really see an indentation. I don't think you need to do that. There's just herb coming out on me. Fuck. It's 2019. God. Gender in this economy? Oh yeah, CBD is like crazy. Let me free my hair. Fucking nuts. It's 2019. Please. This is legal. This is not even nicotine. Fuck yeah, I'm glad you're getting some use out of that new booth. That's crazy. Listen, I don't care what any PSAs fucking tell you. I don't care what any PSAs tell you. And I'm not here to play role model, but I will tell you, smoking looks fucking cool. Where the hell? I need an ashtray. I'm glad that we've reached a point where this is a rolled cigarette of dried herbs that does nothing but dull pain. It doesn't even fucking smell bad. It doesn't even smell like cigarette smoke. It just smells like paper. It's $11 for 10 of them. $11 for 10 of these fuckers. Alright. So, we have legal, we made the fucking, like, not paranoid part of weed legal, and now we have it in fucking cigarette-ass looking cigarettes. Oh my god. It's the future. Hell yeah, honestly. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. So you're gonna go? Oh, I'm sorry. See, blessed to be in 2019. Yeah, that's the thing about this shit. I have never done any kind of, like, I've been on a long road, right, to get off of addictions to psychoactive substances. And I think this is gonna be, like, the fucking cheapest, I think this is going to be, like, the cheapest non-psychoactive, like, thing, that CBD is like a miracle cure. I don't know how else to put that. It's crazy. But I'm getting through this because of fucking... This will be a celebration. I'm doing Lent. And I'm trying to cut all of my habits. Okay. I'm doing Lent and I'm trying to cut, like, all of my habits out. And so, my friend, works at a gas station that, you know, has been ordering more of this CBD merchandise and, got, like, free samples of this shit the other day. And, I smoked 2 of them, and, it's so... I don't know how to describe the, like... Because it's not even a head space, it's like a body space. It just makes your nerves chill. It just makes your nerves chill. It makes them shut the fuck up. I love it. Oh, yeah, I definitely needed, like, cannabis products in general to get off of, like, my antidepressants when I was doing that. Because the weird thing was, by the time I got to the point where I wanted to get off of, and I was on anxiolytics, the last thing that I was on, so it's not like I was on SSRIs before that, but, that one was hell. I don't have any advice for that. But, when I was getting off, anxiolytics, it was, one of those things where, you just need something. Like, there's a bad feeling, there's a gap, and you just need something. And your mind just gives you sort of a placebo if you put anything there. The problem is, like, if there's other worse drugs around, or if there's, like, alcohol or anything like that, you go to that. You don't go to anything better. You don't fucking buy Daga off the internet and wait for it. No, you fucking reach your arm out and grab something you shouldn't have. Can smoking weed or CBD cigarettes do any damage to your lungs? Honestly, yeah. Like, the degrees differ very wildly. Depending on, like, the amount of processing and what kind of paper there is. The most harmful thing about any kind of hemp product is the plant matter, like burning of plant matter. So if you vaporize it, that gets rid of a lot of that shit. And, the paper. The paper is usually worse for you than what's in it when it comes to, like, anything with cannabis or hemp products. But, yeah. Shit. I'm gonna get through this thing, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the stream on CBD, and you can tell me if I'm high or not. God. Because, like, the thing is, you know, you can pay money for concentrates. And, like, if you have a vape pen, you know, that's cool. But, like, if it's all, like, this slows me down. This slows me down, and I'm not just taking a fucking entire Juul pod in an afternoon because I can, you know? If I smoke too much, I get tired. Like, my throat gets tired. I just, like, you know... The best thing, that's what I would say, is, like, when doing any kind of combustion, anything, the best signal is just to, you know, listen to your body. If your throat hurts, if your lungs hurt, stop. Don't do it for a couple days. That mango CBD Juul pod I had was pretty alright. Just gonna say. Let me look through. So, since we're into the stream now, How do I fucking screen set? Can you let me... Oh, it's not letting me switch anymore. That's weird. What's up? Fuck. Oh, okay. It's not listening to my keyboard anymore. Wait, fuck, there's CBD jewel pods? Yeah, so people just make this stuff in, God damn it, there's so many... My switcher isn't working, and I have to manually go, and here we go. There we are. Awesome. Yeah, there are, like, off-brand CBD, pods that use the same form factor, and there's other, like, knockoff pods that don't have anything in it that use that form factor, too, so if you just like vaping flavors, and you have a Juul, and you want to not nicotine for a bit, you can just buy not nicotine Juul pods. You can buy CBD Juul pods. But let's look for, there's another, project in here that I want to find. It's 2019 and this shit is legal. I can't believe that shit. In Wisconsin, we just got a Democratic governor. And, like, all the places that had referendums on whether weed should be legal voted for it. So, it's gonna be, the tip of the cigarette looks violet. Wait, what? I've hit cotton. I'm violent or purple. Even the cigarettes I'm blunt. God. You sound like you're about to sneeze. That's what it sounds like to smoke. Don't worry, I'm not dying yet. I really wish my keys were still working, because I'm just reflexively doing it now. Alright, that's the thing with Dude. There's this one called Lo-Fi from November. Closet again. What's Run Beat? I definitely remember recording a demo to Don't Talk to Me. I lied, there's more in there. That's done. So yeah, I just wanted to celebratorily smoke a CBD cigarette on stream, just in honor of we have them. And I'm gearing up for Lent, so figure I should get used to these. I feel pretty good. Okay, this says smoke. Smoke 2. I feel like that might be smoke damage. Chop piano, yeah, that's smoke damage. Okay. I remember one time I called my friend Chris in the morning after my house was on fire. And I said, like, oh, hey. Went through all the High M Case albums today, and it's really interesting how your relationship with religion changes through them. That's a deep... You could do a whole case study on that, probably. Yeah, no, the thing about them being, like, journal albums is that there's sort of a really kind of clear-cut narrative of how I was feeling about my life and my surroundings. Dog. Hike. Oh, there's a lot here for something named Hike. What is all that? That's an easy way out. Bleeding, fucking Nazis, Logic Street. What is this? Something tells me this might be Don't Talk to Me. Oh no, this is the other placebo. God damn it. That's funny. Plot of Crozide confirmed. Aesthetic, upswing, light pollution. There's a lot going on there. And that's definitely not it. It's a nursery. Project 1. No. I can't believe it. I just, like, lost a fucking track I was working on. That's weird. Bridge base, unbump, elemental. Gotta go for a bit. Do you know how long the stream will go for? I want to run it longer than 4. It really depends on what I'm doing, how much I have to do. It might go till 6. But, like, anything after 4 is gonna be, you know, iffy. But I hope you can make it back. No pressure. Register backing track. Fetty. God. Record. Koig. What's that? Warm-ups. Ocean Avenue. 24. That's same, man. Fuck, do I have, Don't talk to me. Okay, where is that? I found it. I think I found it. Oh, what's the time over here? It is 2:30 p.m. Yeah, your name's on the page. John here is part of the Crozide. I need to fucking form sentences. Denton in the chat here is part of the Crozide like voice audio play thing. I don't know what the fuck to call that yet. Part of it's Cetraverse. Paradigma Reunion. The audio play. And their character comes in a bit near the end, and then is going to be one of the main characters for the next arc that starts in summer. So that'll be fun. Furry soap opera. Yeah, it's a furry soap opera. Alright. What do we have here for...
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm sharp-eyed, crows-eyed, sun-seared, gold-tier main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear...
Other lyrics over here? Because there's one thing I want to change about this. Is it gonna work? Nope. Okay. Make my screen big. Lots of exciting stuff is happening. Yeah, it's, Oh boy. I don't know where to start when talking about this shit. I think that's just gonna be the thing that prevents me from, like, spoiling a lot of shit, because I don't really know where to start. Gay furries try to ignore their problems while just making it all worse. I mean, that's... yeah, that's gonna be a theme, yeah. Alright. So... this is like a, just a fucking weird 4-chord thing that fucks up its, last bar on, like, both the repetition, so it's not quite the 4-chord pattern. Okay, apparently CBD makes it difficult for me to put sentences together. That's one thing I'm noticing, holy shit. Making me want tea? Yeah. Go hydrate. I'm only drinking this much this fast because my throat's all smoky. Ooh, what is that? What is what? This beat? The bass synth? Oh fuck, what is it? I think right now I'm just using an, like, Logic's just ES2 thing. And like kind of a generic bounce sort of thing. And then I have a clav, I guess. I've been using a lot of clavs. Claviers and harpsichords, just kind of varying them and pitch shifting them and fucking with them. Clavs are interesting because you can change the pickups and you can change like the tone, especially in this thing. It gives you that twang. Yeah. I don't know. I think, like, I don't know, it's like, like Thoth is like bird royalty, and whenever I've thought of this character, like, you know, Thoth shitty kid, whenever I've thought of this character, I've always thought of, like, really fucking, like, you know, harpy, plucky kind of shit like that. Have fun at work. Thank you for stopping by this stream. Holy shit.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory.
Also, I didn't say hi to Jester, but hi.
Sorry, and don't you fucking dare come near me.
I feel like I could... And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm sharp-eyed, crows-eyed, sun-seared, gold-tiered main creature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. I'm sharp-eyed, crow's-eyed, gold tier, sunsuit, main feature. There was a different word I had for this, and I can't remember fucking... I was going on about it forever this morning. I'm sharp-eared, crow's-eyed... Hmm. Don't you fucking dare come near me. Sharp-eared, crows-eyed, gold deer. Hey.
Hey, I just gotta hang this key.
Okay.
We're out of here.
Alright.
Have a good one.
You too? Alright. Sharp-eared, crows-eyed, gold tier. Oh fuck, what was it? Scalded yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I suggested you do that. That was probably a bad idea. Sharp-eared, crows-eyed, gold tier. I'm crows-eyed, sharp-eared, gold tier. I'm a crows-eyed, sharp-eared, blank, fuck. I know this. Fuck. Oh man, I had this like earlier. Pulling through them, right? The lyrics have changed, is what I mean. And I've been doing it different, like, by myself. I just totally blanked on this, like, third thing. Cross-eyed sharp, dude. Welcome.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. Don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eyed, lo-fi, gold-tier main creature, displeased to meet you.
Wait. Gold-tier main feature. Fuck. Soul. Ah. Man. This is boring. Until I think of something, I'm just gonna fuck with the bass. Congrats on having tea. I'm glad that worked out. Okay, come on. Okay. This starts on C sharp. Let's quantize it to, fucking klezmer, see what happens. How about Phrygian? Okay, Phrygian doesn't actually change anything. Let's just make it all Phrygian. What happens if I do this? So what that really means, I guess, is that I'm trying to ignore the second when I do that. Interesting. Case.dog/CROV. scream, you're in my territory.
If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, and don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's-eared, sharp-eyed.
Fuck. Fuck that up right away.
I'm a crow's-eyed, sharp-eared soul, high gold tier main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be, about that, yeah. $17,776 is really out there right away. I kind of want to get to that level of out there. It's just not right away. But yeah, it's gonna be that kind of vibe. Damn. $17,776. Oh god, I wish I could remember those 2 syllables I fucking had here. Dude, don't tell me about your until you sent to the Iraqs and all year you fucking with the same 2 tracks. What's more fucking lyrics I got? I don't mind you're excited you just got free loose and you watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your sense or your racks when for all year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's so savage. I got a mic and an apple and I can manage, so don't balk. So you out of launch, I'll be punching the clock. Alright. Threw together presets watching YouTube, dudes, don't tell me about your... Oops. Okay, I don't mind you say you just got Fruity Loops and fine presets watching YouTube, dudes, don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks when for all year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear is so savage. I got a mic and a Mac, I manage, don't bog till you gotta launch, all I'm punching. I gotta fucking work this rhythm out. Holy shit. Presets watching YouTube, dudes, don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks when all year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. So savage, I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk till you gotta launch, I'll be punching the clock, get more plays and smoke damage, we'll talk. There's too many syllables in this fucking thing. I don't mind you're excited you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube tubes. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks and all year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag, your gear's so savage. I got a mic and a Mac, I manage, so don't balk till you launch, I'll be punching the clock, get more plays and smoke damage and we'll talk. Get more plays and smoke damage, we'll talk. Okay, that's good. That's word. Okay, keep fucking missing the cue on that. We're together, presets watching YouTube, dudes. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks and all year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear is so savage. I got a mic and a Mac and a manage, so don't balk till you launch. I'll be punching the clock. Get more plays than smoke damage, we'll talk. All right. Oh fuck. What else was there? What else is there that I was gonna put in Don't Talk to Me? I don't wanna hear from involuntary celibates. Upset you can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world, cause you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you parrot every other sentiment that you've heard. Shut up, that's it. I've had enough of this shit. Elites like you should be above this shit. Complete top quarks don't bring up this shit. We walk a fucking walk, we don't talk that shit. So if you get hit, it's well warned, you fool. Talk shit, get hit is human's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, I got less tolerance for you. Okay. That's an entire verse, ain't it? That's an entire fucking verse. Don't talk to me. What should be the third? Okay, so musicians, or DJs rather. DJs, white supremacists. I'm trying to figure out the third group I should single out in a verse for Don't Talk to Me. Don't you dare talk to me. Let me run through that again. I don't want to hear... I don't want to... Ah! We don't talk that shit. Huh? What are you saying? I'm talking about white supremacists. My view on white supremacists as a white person who was born into the same situation as a lot of them is that they're not trying, and that they're just upset that people aren't handing them shit because they're not trying. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates. Upset you can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to your despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world, cause you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds, like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up. That's it. Enough of this shit. Elites like you should be above this shit. Complete docs quarks don't bring up that shit. We walk a fucking walk, we don't talk that shit. So if you to get hit, that's, well, fuck. Rhythm. God. Turfs? Oh god, turfs. Turfs, that's ooh, I didn't even see that. I was too focused on the we don't talk that talk. That's an interesting, fuck, how would I approach that one? I feel like I have some verses in here. I don't know how I don't have any verses about turfs. All of Elemental is a song about turfs. What the fuck? Like, what the hell? I made a different stuff than what you think at first pass. Charge, spin, and mass turning tangible facts. I roll through a plane unseeable to you, and when I lack clarity, you make up your own truth. We keep things loose. These points are approximate. Crystal air to juice, or crystal ether juice share electric intoxicants. You've heard the formula. This is the concoction. Turn up for you louder. Down is not an option. That's about turfs. That's about ContraPoints, honestly. Keep reaching for my tea. I'm gonna play this beat, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I just dig this eat the rich vibe. Oh my god. Yeah, there's, oh fuck, where's fuck, where's that one verse that I had? There's a verse that I had that's just like eat the rich. I know it, fuck. The only reason the elite have been eating up the planet is because they can survive it and you can't, goddammit. So go out and build a hut in the wild. Live like The only reason the elite have been eating up the planet is because they can survive it and you can't, goddammit. So go learn to survive and build a hut in the wild like Paleolithic times and hope the plague can't find you. Fuck. Okay, I do need the rest of that. Fuck. Fuck. I'd eat the rich, but that much plastic ain't good for anyone. That's, you know. Thanks for stopping by, Dirk Wentz. Appreciate it. What do we got here? This here's your last warning to stop the calamity. I'm an Anunnaki ambassador to humanity. Cut the bad habits and there won't be any tragedy. You were given so much, there's no reason you'll have to be acting like that with the blood money. All your governments are jokes I'm finding unfunny. Fuck. Only reason the elites have been eating up the planet is because they can survive and you can't, goddammit. So go out and build a hut in the wild. Learn to survive like Paleolithic times where the plague can't find you. I don't have it. I guess I lost it. I could just do the rich. I could just have that be this one. This here's your last warning. Halt the calamity. I'm the Anunnaki ambassador to humanity. Cut your bad habits and maybe we slow the tragedy. Look at yourself. There's nothing you'll have to be acting like that with the blood money. Legislative horizons and none sunny. Governments are jokes and none of them funny. But it's all a play distract from the obvious object in the way. The only reason the elites have been heating up the planet is because they can survive it and you can't, goddammit. So go out in the woods and build a hut in the wild like Paleolithic times where the plague can't find you. Alternative hierarchies and fuck. Fuck! Rhythm. Cut the bullshit before your plan snaps in two. There's 7 billion of us and 20 of you. Fuck. Okay. Okay, there's some stuff I gotta work out in here, but... If we pool our money, we could get enough, you know, we could buy enough tar and feathers for 20 people, you know? Not that I'm saying doing it, but, you know. I'm just saying, like, how much do you think it would take to, you know, someone can do the math to figure out how much tar and feathers you would need to cover about 20 to 25 people. And then we'll, you know, they can, you know, start a Kickstarter. Okay, so I think I have 3 verses. I just gotta fix all of them. I sort of want the Eat the Rich verse to be in its own thing, though, because I would love to just have a track that's just all, the government fucking hates you. Here's what we're gonna do about it. But I could definitely do the other 2 verses. If I can't come up with anything else, I'll throw this in there. Plus, they're used to make ends meet and cheap replacements. Fuck. See, I'm one of those people that, you know, if the 90s would have gone a little bit differently, I'd be on a totally different side of this fucking debate. I would have been a Hillary supporter. I would have been a let me keep my money. You know, if it came down to, you know, for tax reasons, voting Trump, I would be one of those fucking people. I think it's my life experiences has shaped me in such a way where, we're not rich anymore. Fuck. We have a lot of stuff that indicates that at one point there was a lot going on. But it's just kind of decay, you know? You get to a point where the economy stops growing, and then you plateau, right? And there's a lot of people who were counting on more growth that hit plateaus. My family is one of those families. The plateau did not last. God. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates, cause you can't get it out to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. You scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard, so shut up. That's it. Enough of this shit. Elites like us should be above this shit. Complete top quarks don't bring up this shit. We walk fucking walks, we don't talk that shit. And if you get hit, well warned, you fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. Alright, let me try to do this. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates, cause you can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like us should be above this shit. Complete top quarks don't bring up this shit. We walk a fucking walk, we don't talk that shit. And if you get hit, we warned you, fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, I got less tolerance for you. Fuck. Okay. There's some stuff I gotta work out in there. I think it's mostly just my delivery, though. Let's do it. Verse 1. I didn't realize how much I had written. Give me a count in. Give me like a bar. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates, cause you can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't at... Fuck. I'm gonna do this. I've been wanting to record this fuck Nazis verse for a while, hang on. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate. Fuck, I totally had this rhythm. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates, can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't... Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like you should be above this shit.
Complete top quarks, don't bring up this shit. You walk a fucking walk, you don't talk that shit. And if you get hit, we warned you, fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, I got less tolerance for you. Fuck.
Okay.
I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates. Can't get it.
Bait.
I don't want to hear bait from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like us should be above this shit. Complete top quarks, don't bring up this shit. I walk a fucking walk and I don't talk that shit. And if you get hit, we warned you, fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, less tolerance for you.
Okay. Thatcherism. What a name. Man, the best thing about being famous. I'm sorry, I'm using parallel construction. In lieu of rhymes. But I shouldn't do it 3 times. I should have one A rhyme there. Let's try this. Alright.
I don't want to hear from... I don't want to hear bait from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. So shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like us don't be above this shit. Complete top quarks, don't bring up this shit. I walk a fucking walk and I don't talk like a dick. So if you get hit, we warned you, fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, I got less tolerance for you.
Okay. Okay, I put a rhyme in there. Wasn't Thatcher like your guys' Reagan? Like roughly? I don't know. When did Thatcher when was Thatcher elected?
I don't want to hear bait from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate. Expecting me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like you should be above this shit. Complete top quarks, don't bring up this shit. I walk a fucking walk and I don't talk like a dick. So if you get hit, we warned you, fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whiting in the way, I got less tolerance for you.
The verses speed up. I'm speeding up. I'm getting this. 6 takes in. Thatcher the Milk Snatcher. Oh, that sounds more like Clinton. Ooh, that sounds like Clinton. I don't know much about UK history politics. I do know that Margaret Thatcher was like the I do know she was, you know, the equivalent of like what people thought Hillary Clinton was going to be, like the first woman to get in, but also just not a good look. Thatcher fucked up the entire North. Okay. Okay. See, the north of England, I would imagine there's some similarities to flyover states in the United States as far as like the situation goes. I like obviously all the issues aren't the same, but the Midwest here often deals with the fact that we're mostly workforce and we're mostly labor and don't have much in the way of like tourism attractions or places for big, rich, wealthy elite to go. And everyone's on fucking like, you know, some kind of drugs or yeah, there's the whole like the government allows a drug epidemic, and there's like, you know, shittier regulations in like pretty much every industry that serves these areas. And US politics are so fucking like, on paper it's kind of simple once you get this system, but the thing is, everything that could be made simple in the United States system is like, it takes some fucking company will lobby people to take a crowbar into it and make it unnecessarily complex. Wisconsin was going to have the first high-speed rail system in the country. It was going to run between Milwaukee and Madison. And we were getting this money from the federal government. We didn't have to put any state tax money into it. It was from the federal government. And our recently elected Republican governor back then said, we're not going to take the money. We're not going to build this shit. And all the jobs they had lined up, and the fucking actual, like, that's so stupid. So stupid. We were going to have, and they gave it to fucking California, and I don't even know if California built that rail system. I think they did. I don't know. The thing is, I'm just happy that there's legal CBD now, because now, fucking, people in the flyover states don't have to get hooked on painkillers like I used to be. Because all things aside, like, I care most about, like, the people, there's a lot of people dying in the world. The thing that kind of impacts me most is the use of systems with which to harm people until they die, which is a thing that the US, like, just functions on. We make people's lives worse. Fuck. We make people's lives worse for money, and then we offer them a different thing to supposedly help the problem that'll make their lives worse in a different way. And we just keep doing that. And that's what, you know, the pharmaceutical industry is. I'm not going to say that all drugs, all medications are bad. That's a stupid fucking thing to say. It's not that all medicine is bad. It's just that the system to distribute it has been rigged in such a way by profit-driven companies to depress and, like, stress out to their wits' end people that are, you know, vulnerable to addiction, and then hook them on fucking drugs that they get from their doctor. States would get shipped, clinics would get shipped more fucking Vicodin than was needed to medicate everyone in the fucking state. And the government just lets that happen. That's lobbying. That's what lobbying can do. It's the same thing as, like, the fucking, and there's, like, the whole climate change thing. When you line up a panel of scientists who you know, talk about climate change, and you have that whole thing being like, I believe that this is not causing climate change. I believe that. It's the same thing as those fucking, like, tobacco hearings in the 90s with all those fucking paid-ass scientists. It's the same thing as the fucking sugar, or the blaming all of sugar's problems on fat, on dietary fat. It's the same thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. It's very, like, here's the, they're trying to fucking kill us. I don't know how to, like, you know, it's hard to not go insane looking at the government, but it's like, they are trying to fucking kill us, and they do not fucking care. Or they're not trying to kill us, they're trying to make money, and they don't fucking care if they kill us. That's the amazing thing. I go into fucking groceries. I love spicy food. I'm gonna say this, like, I'm trash, and I fall into all these same traps. Like, so keep that in mind. I am a human, and I'm mad because I'm a victim of all these things. But, like, you go into a fucking gas station, and do you remember, like, 10 years ago, the salty snack aisle would be, like, a bunch of potato chips and whatever? Now it's 100% spice. 100% capsaicin and red 40 and shit. That stuff fucks up your gut lining, right? That's an irritant. It's a fucking skin irritant. If you chop a pepper up, it hurts your fucking skin, right? You all know, you've all probably chopped up a jalapeno and, like, fucking tried to rub your eyes or something and realized, like, oh god, I made a grave mistake. You've all had some kind of experience like that. Or having pepper up your nose or whatever. Fucking, all of these fucking ghost pepper everything snacks. Right? It's fucking up your gut microbiome. And there's all these diseases that they, like, overprescribe. And they're not doing it so much anymore, but antibiotics fucks up your gut microbiome. What else? What else? What else are they doing? Just carbs in general. Processed fucking carbs in general. The reason that we had wheat in the first place is that it was a petri dish with which to grow yeasts, which were nutritional for us, which we could then bake the whole fucking thing into, like, a thing that contained... We were eating the bugs, not the bread. We were eating the thing that was the result of being digested, right? Like, we eat all that shit, and then the bugs digest the carbs for us, and then we eat the bugs, right? That's how sauerkraut works, too, right? But then we fucking make this instant lab, like, you know, instant lab-grown yeast that we can freeze dry and then activate with water, right? And then we use fucking bleached white flour with all these, like, vitamin powders in it. And we've reconstituted a reconstitution. We have somehow found a way to break down what was the most ridiculous fucking food item that humans came up with, which is bread. And we've made it totally fucking void of nutrients. And we just keep serving people that. And it fucks us up. It fucks up our gut, our ability to understand our fucking emotions, because that's where all of that is processed. The nervous linings around the gut. Fucks up your ability to make serotonin and melatonin. Fucks up your sleep schedule. Makes you need caffeine. And caffeine stresses you out. So you take fucking antidepressants. And the thing is, here's the thing about any kind of chemical that you put in your body. Can have a use. Can have a good use. And it's not that all medicine is bad. And that's the other thing to this. Food is good. Food is good for you. You should eat food as opposed to not eating food. If you were to, you know, choose a hard line there. Getting help, getting medicinal help is good. That's a positive thing. You should probably opt to doing something rather than nothing about your situation, right? That's totally what I believe. I just think that the systems that have been used to deliver these things are being abused. And I think that's true of, you know, anything. Anything that you can come up with a thing that seems reasonable, someone with malicious intent is going to jam a crowbar in it and use it. I think, you know, if you're on antidepressants and it's helping you, that's great. When I was on antidepressants, there was a point where it was pulling me up to a place where I hadn't been before, or I hadn't been for a while at least. But, you know, I think like, if you can get to that point and you can get to the point where you realize, like, oh fuck, this has opened up a gateway, this has given me a springboard. I think you know, for me, what it was and what helped me was to see that as a basis to try to improve on. And then eventually I got to a point where I wasn't too slow anymore, I was too fast. And I felt like antidepressants were slowing me down after I got to that point. I don't think everyone is totally able to recover on their own without any kind of chemical assistance. I also don't think that medications are the only thing that is going to be the difference between recovery and depressive relapses. But I don't think you should feel ethereal. I don't think you should feel bad about yourself for taking drugs at all. Because obviously if they're helping you and you can do more with your life through them, then it's not a bad thing. Then the system is working as intended. And I think there's we always have to remember, here's the thing we have to remember about how fucked up our government is. You still get your mail on time. The roads might be fucked up, but they're still there. The police will answer the phone. The fire department will answer the phone. You know? It's important to remember that sometimes the system does work. And that it's naive to think that we should just throw all of this shit out. And not contribute to any of it. I just think we have to be more careful about the abuses happening, and I think we should call them out. And I also think that we should understand that if abuses are being called out, it doesn't affect people who use things for valid reasons. That's my... I just spent like 5 minutes detailing that very detailed, nuanced point, but, you know. I can inhale smoke and not get high these days. Fuck. Well, do you take SSRIs? Or what do you take? I just want to see if I can relate. I don't want to hear from involuntary celibates. I don't want to hear bait from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate. Expect me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like you should be above this shit. Complete top quarks don't bring up this shit. You walk and fuck. I'll get the name. I think that should... Oh, sertraline. Serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Sertraline, I don't have experience with that one. I'm trying to remember if there's another name for it. I might have known someone who uses it. Wait, is that fucking... No. 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 Oh, Zoloft. Okay. Zoloft. All right. So, do you know? Okay, serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I did a paper. They're actually one of my like favorite, like pharmacological. Anything that has to do with neurons in the brain is like really interesting to me in terms of like pharmacology and like the way that that works. And serotonin reuptake inhibitors are really fucking interesting because it lodges itself into a part of the nervous system that is like sort of a fail-safe, right? And it does a weird thing where it affects a fail-safe in such a way where it doesn't work. And when you turn that fail-safe off, it somehow, you know, upsets the balance in these tiny fucking synapses in your brain so that the thing that it's supposed to be getting rid of doesn't do quite as fast. And like that's really interesting to me. That there's this fucking like there's all these like systems that check and balance each other, and the way that serotonin reuptake inhibitors work is not to give your body something to produce more serotonin, and not to make serotonin more, or not to make your cells more receptive to serotonin, but it essentially puts a cork in, like there's two you know, like kind of porous things that are sending chemicals back and forth between nerves, right? And the fucking, like, they're spitting out serotonin, and there's some serotonin in these synapses, right? If the body doesn't have enough, isn't producing enough serotonin or whatever, not all of this is in the synapse when activity needs to occur. So it becomes harder for certain brain pathways to fire if there isn't stuff in this gap. What a reuptake inhibitor does is it actually puts a cork in the neurons. And you would think, well, that's dumb. If it's supposed to get serotonin from one end to the other, why is putting a cork in it going to help it? Because the corks keep the serotonin from coming back into the first synapse. So once it's released by the first synapse and the other one's trying to grab it, like there's this going on. If you put a cork in half of the holes in this one, then when this one starts spitting out serotonin, there's no more places for it to go back in. So all of the serotonin must be picked up by the other one. Like, and that's fucking so backwards, but it's ingenious and it's weird, and like I have my opinions about, like, you know, my time on these drugs, but I do remember knowing what it was doing to me before going into it made a lot of the things that came up more explainable to me, because I was aware of like what exactly in my brain and in my nerves was changing. And I don't know, that's like, I don't know, I love that. I love how we find these things. I love these things about the human body and the way they work, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to go into medicine. I'm just too squeamish. But what I will say about serotonin is that don't just drop your medication, and don't go buy a thing just because I'm saying to go buy a thing. But there's a nutrient called tryptophan, which is found in, you know, it's the thing that people say is in turkey that makes you tired. But it is in poultry. It's in a lot of greens and stuff too. You can look up tryptophan. And if you have the right bacteria in your gut that can process tryptophan and foods that contain it, if you have stuff that can like process tryptophan, it can actually make serotonin and melatonin. Tryptophan is the ingredient for serotonin and melatonin. And the fact is that your body uses that same ingredient for both. So if you start getting tired, that's your body circulating melatonin. if you ignore that, it's going to keep fucking making melatonin because it's going to keep trying to get you to go to sleep. And then when you wake up, all of the tryptophan that your body would have been circulating, it doesn't have any more of that to make into serotonin, right? And another place that serotonin and melatonin production occurs is in the pineal gland, which is, you know, I've talked about that before. But it's one of those things. It's one of those, kind of like a calories in, calories out, only you're putting in a bunch, and then when you start, if you're getting melatonin reaction and you go to sleep, and you close your eyes and you enter dream state, melatonin gets the idea that, okay, or the brain gets and the nerves get the idea of like, okay, we're done. We don't need any more of this. We're asleep. We're good. Now, let's get ready for morning, and then they start making serotonin. And then when you wake up, if you have enough ingredients in your body to fucking make that serotonin for you, you'll wake up and, like, you know, sun will hit your face, and then it'll just be right there. And that takes some time. It takes some time to get there. I'm not gonna bullshit like, you know, you can go eat a bunch of spinach and eat a bunch of greens and take some tryptophan pills and feel fine the next day. No, absolutely fucking not. But it's about lifestyle and rhythm. You can totally get your body to produce more serotonin, and it's easier than you think. And so this isn't a fucking diagnosis or prognosis of you should do this, but I'm saying as hope. Mother Earth has hope for you if you ever decide that you don't like what the effects of the drugs are doing, essentially. So. So, you know, if one of those, don't start taking tryptophan supplements though if you're on an SSRI, because then you'll get like serotonin syndrome or some shit. But, you know, eat eat decent food. Yeah, and the thing is, if you're taking melatonin forever and you can't sleep, it might be because of that chemical imbalance. Like it's the same one that affects melatonin and serotonin. Like sleep deprivation and mood are like stupid brain's keeping me up for 3 hours. Yeah, that's a hard thing, and sometimes the thing that gets your circadian rhythm back into like working properly is if you actually like change your routines up and do something that exhausts you more, or like do something that you know, will trigger like a different, like, I'm not used to this is tiring me out kind of response. Or, not I'm saying this is healthy for you, but you could eat a bunch of fucking carbs and spike your insulin and then pass out, like I used to do. But, you know, I'm paying the price for that, so don't follow my fucking advice there. Spinach is definitely better for you. Turkey is definitely better for you. I don't want to hear bait from involuntary celibates who can't get it up to masturbate, expecting me to relate to despicable traits, cause your lot ain't been laid since 1488 maybe. You're concerned about the workings of the world because you weren't set up at the top from birth. Scapegoat other people into reptiles and birds like you don't parrot every... So shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. Elites like us should be above this shit. Complete top quarks don't bring up this shit. We walk a fucking walk and we don't talk like a dick. So if you get hit, we warned you, you fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule, and I'm losing it. God. And the only reason I go through that whole thing about tryptophan and diet and there's another thing, like, eat a whole box of pasta before bed. Yeah. I can't say for sure that'll make you feel good in the morning, but hey. God. So, I actually spend about $80 a month on groceries buying no processed food and no grains. I buy nothing from store aisles. I buy entirely fresh produce. And then maybe some frozen meat. So if you cut carbs and if you cut like processed food, if you're cooking for yourself, it's totally possible. I also don't eat 1 day of the week, so take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, you can do so much with because produce has fiber, and that's filling, right? It just doesn't have carbs. It just doesn't like feel like as good to eat, you know? I will say though that, like, you know, if I'm on ketosis for like 3 days, or if I've been fasting for like a day or two, which sometimes I get really fucking sick, and then I fast until it gets better, and it tends to speed up my recovery, and I need to do this shit so often, so I gotta make sure I'm not sick all the time. But a lot of times when I'll fast, I just won't have any cravings for any kind of junk food. I'll like get hungry and I'll be like, I really want a raw bell pepper. And I'll go get myself a raw bell pepper and feel good about myself. And that's the thing is, like, your body, the way that your body adjusts to rhythms and adjusts to those kinds of habits and shit is so, like, it doesn't take as long as you think it does. It's just one of those things where if you focus on it, if you make it an excruciating struggle and not just part of the process, it gets difficult because you're in it. I try to live past it. Veggies and beans and it might get boring. Yeah, beans, the thing about vegetables though, and here's the secret to cooking, is keep some good spices. Keep some good spices around because you can make anything taste like anything. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, the one thing mentally that CBD does is it makes all of the background chatter shut up. It just shuts it up. It could be there if I want it to be there, but it isn't inherently. I can just shut it off. Yeah. Also, inflammation response. That's another fucking thing about, like, depression and mood shit is, a lot of it is literally just, like, your body's response to different tissues being inflamed. Weed has done more for trans people than the government. Yeah. As a relatively newly out MTF trans. Yeah. I'm reading over messages I've already read because I'm like giving fucking more context for if I have to cut stream shit together. I'm sorry. I'm glad though. I'm glad that's helping. I can relate to that totally.
I don't want to hear.
Okay. Let's fuck with the Fruity Loops verse. Alright, this stanza. I will say, the more faith you put into the universe, that you will end up where you need to be to live your best life. The more opportunities you will mentally prepare yourself for. And, yeah, it does get better. You just gotta be there to see it, basically. That doesn't just mean, like, you know, that's not just a survive thing, and the way I read that is, you gotta be present. Life's gonna get better, and there's always gonna be some things that, are unique to your experience and might feel bad. But, they're shared experiences, and a lot of people have been here before, and a lot of people have been paving the way, and there's a lot of people past you that if you know, you can make it to a point where you can be a positive role model for people. There's a lot of people that, you know, you can pave the way for too. And I think that's, that was motivation for me, you know? And I wish you luck. Is you gotta be there to realize the good in your situation and realize the things that, you know, just little day-to-day things, like the universe isn't always pushing you down, and sometimes you gotta find some of those melodies in the ether of happenstance, and you gotta start harmonizing with them. Sing with the score. Thank you, I appreciate that. I wouldn't have ever thought that, like, there would be a, you know, relatively small collection of people on the internet who've seen me as a role model, but, like, I'm flattered. I don't think I've quite earned that, besides just being a person. Loudly being a person. But, I think, I don't know. I think, sorry, this is bothering me. Things that are half wrapped up. I think the fucking, like, I don't know what to say. I get caught in this thing where it's just like, oh, I've been told that... I'm gonna record... I don't have words, thanks. God. So I don't wanna hear you So I don't wanna hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets, watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks, when in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear it. I think, here's my ultimate fucking agenda, is to just kind of prove that, I want to prove the human archetype, right? I want to prove the androgynous human archetype. I want to exist as a person. First and foremost. Like, that's my whole, that's what I try to work for. And if other people are helped by that vibe, then I'm glad to have allies and people that want to push the same agenda. God, that's so heartwarming. I can't be crying when I'm trying to track verses. I don't wanna hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets, watching YouTube tubes. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks, and in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's so savage. I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk. Till you launch, I'll be punching the clock, get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. God. No, you didn't knock me off my thing. I've been wavering this whole stream. Don't you worry about me. When the hell am I ever straight to the point on the stream? God damn it. I keep hitting save on the chat and it's fuck. Okay. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist. How's Spoonie? I couldn't catch their last stream. Spoonie is doing pretty okay. We've been mostly just chilling this weekend, and it's made me feel a lot like there's so much stress that just left my body. Spoonie's doing okay. There's you know, life keeps moving, and we both, I don't know, we've had some conversations lately about how, like, how we both need to chill the fuck out and take some time out to, just chill the fuck out a little bit more. That's the main thing that, that's the main thread that we've had so far, over this past week. But I do know that Spoonie is super excited to be getting into chapter 4 of their comic. And that's exciting. I saw a page, there's a page that I'm literally in the background in. They put us, like, the whole fucking crew, they put us in the background of the panel. Alright. Chapter 4. Oh, that's right, you're Elliot. Fuck. Let me keep trying to get this rhythm. I don't wanna hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets, watching YouTube tubes. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks. From in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's savage. I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk till you launch. I'll be punching the clock and get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. I don't wanna hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets, watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks. And in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's savage. I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk till you launch. I'll be punching the clock, get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. Okay. Forget all these fucking usernames. You know how difficult it is The panel with yellow sauce. Do you know how difficult it is when I'm talking to, like, my dad and, like, the landlords about, like, the people that I live with, and I keep fucking jumping. I keep having to jump between, like, you know, the names, like, they get rent from and the names that I just know them as. Usernames. Usernames. I don't want to hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks when in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't want to hear you brag your gear savage. I got a mic and a Mac and a manage, so don't balk till you launch. I'll be punching the clock. Get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. Okay. The void has twinkling stars shining back as you weave the ether as you wake the sleeping universe within. That, you could not have worded that in a way that touched my soul any deeper. Oh my god. How do you feel about Smoke Damage being your most played song? It's fucking a godsend. I don't know. That whole, like, I don't know. I tell a lot of stories that are like, this is the moment where I started, where I really realized my life was bullshit. Smoke Damage and everything that's ever come from it has been fucking surreal. It's, oh my god. Like, I don't know how many of you know the knowing someone's dead or legal name feels like cursed knowledge. Well, a lot of the time it's not even like, for us it's like not even dead names, it's just usernames. For Haley, at least. You should make a P.O. box. I fucking want to. We're supposed to have one by summer. Yeah. Oh god, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Smoke Damage. I don't know how many of you know the story behind Smoke Damage, but essentially, on New Year's Eve one year, I took like fucking 9 sleeping pills and like was attempting to kill myself. I woke up, a lot of pain, and just kind of had a very bad day the rest of the day. But like, you know, I had all of these ideas and realizations that flooded back to me. Like, as I did that, about like, well, where the fuck can I go with my life? What do I do? What do I do with this now that I'm back? And like, you know, I started making plans for the future, and then like a week later, my fucking house catches fire. And I'm woken up, like, you know, I'm fucking woken up to, you know, my dad yelling, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I hear fire, and I'm like, oh my god, and I wake up, and it's the middle of winter, it's January, it's Wisconsin, and I you know, they call the fire department, and I run outside, and holy shit. As I was sitting in that fucking, and there were like, you know, people, like insurance people that were circling the house because they listen to the police and fire radio and they want to predatorily sell you insurance. So that whole thing happened, and I, you know, after, you know, I was just fucking out of it, and I went to go take a shower and just like kind of run the shower because it was the only, like, steam fought the smoke, you know? By producing steam in the air, I was, like pushing back the smoke smell, and I just wanted to get away with it. Or I just wanted to get away from it. And then that whole, like, fucking all of Smoke Damage just, boom, into my head all at once. The bass line, the melody, like, all of it. All of it. And that was, and then I went and I took that vigor and I started a Patreon. And that's really, if you were to find a place that's like the case origin story, let me, like, if you wanted to find a place to, like, start the case origin story, I would say that's it. It was, because of that I started my Patreon. It was the first song that was on it, and right now it's my most played song. Eventually I hope to top it, but, it's, that song is really significant to me. Out of all the songs I've done, that one's really hard to get through, just singing, because of, like, the emotional attachment to it now. I don't want to hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks. And in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't want to hear you brag that you gear savage. I got a mic and a Mac and a manage, so don't balk. Get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist. But I'd be crazy to be down with... But I'd be crazy. I want to hear... I don't want to hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks. And in a year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't want to hear you brag that you gear savage. I got a mic and a Mac and a manage, so don't balk till you launch and punching the clock. Hit more plays and smoke damage and we'll talk. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. A bit from dead to dead to dead, okay. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. But I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Fuck. I don't want to hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps, your synths, your racks, when in the year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't want to hear you brag that you gear savage. I got a mic and a Mac and a manage, so don't balk till you launch. I'll be punching the clock. Get more plays than smoke damage and we'll talk. So maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. Okay, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. Yeah. Maybe... Fuck. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, Fuck. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. But I ain't looking for producers. But I ain't looking out for labels. Okay. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. Producers, hey. Or anybody out. Or anybody out to make me famous. It's stupid. I don't wanna hear you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks when in here you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's so savage. I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk. Till you launch, I'll be punching the clock. Get more plays and smoke damage and we'll talk. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't looking out for labels or producers or anyone to make it. Fuck. Getting it. I don't wanna hear that you just got Fruity Loops and found presets watching YouTube toots. Don't tell me about your amps or your synths or your racks when in the year you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I don't wanna hear you brag that your gear's savage. I got a mic and a Mac and I manage, so don't balk. Till you launch, I'll be punching the clock. So smoke damage and we'll talk. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anyone out to make me... Ah, fuck. That stanza's fucking with me. Give me a count in. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. That's stupid. I got enough for a toolkit with tracks and playback. Let's see. What have been some of your influences for Crozide? Eminem. I've listened to more Eminem between Jacqueline and Crozide than I probably listened to up to Jacqueline. So there's a bit more Eminem. There's probably more Wax. There's probably more I've been listening to some Kendrick Lamar and Joyner Lucas. My friend Jared was telling me about Joyner Lucas back before he got big. Saying like, this guy's gonna get big, and he was right. But you know, bits and pieces of all that. Maybe it's... But I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or any... But I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. It's stupid. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. Stupid. What I have is fun, I ain't got it. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. It's stupid. What I have is fun, I got enough for a toolkit with pay... Fuck. Okay.
Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. It's stupid. What I have
Welcome, Alec BTW. You popped in after 4, which borrowed time, but fuck. Welcome. Glad you made it. Also, Emerson, what the fuck? Welcome.
Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. So I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. It's stupid. What I have is fun and a toolkit with playbacks and tracks stacking cash, and that's music.
Fuck. Glad you could show up. Oh my god. This is a... I'm still trying to figure out how long I should go for the Sunday streams, because it seems like there's just kind of more consistent activity, like, the entire time I've been doing it. And it's more chill. I'm not tired, not as tired. It's 15 people here. That's more than there ever fucking were on Twitch. The hell? Thanks for showing up.
Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. And any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. So I ain't out looking for labels, producers, or anybody out to make me famous. Stupid. What I have is fun and a toolkit with playbacks and tracks stacking cash, and that's music.
Come on. It's been a relatively chill stream. I smoked a CBD cigarette on stream just because I was like, my friend just fucking dropped these off here and I'm amazed. And then we were talking about you know, just life stuff and chemicals and all that. Work Fridays to Sundays are when I can be here. I dig that. It seems that everyone is more free on Sunday, and I appreciate that. It's 4:20. Fuck. Where's my lighter? Okay. Sorry, I had to. Still amazes me. Shit doesn't taste like anything. Okay. D&D for 7 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, where's the me angle? Where's the weird... Yeah, I started the stream with, like, off to this angle, just being, like, blowing smoke at my fucking computer screen. It's great. Alright. 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 Alright, screen's big. No, wait, I want me big. Ah! How have you been doing since this morning, Emerson? That shit you sent was wild. Like, multiple angles, very nice. Hell yeah! It's just so weird. It feels so good to be back into it. That's how I feel about all this shit. God. You know how I feel? Like, I came down here and I was, like, editing voice clips together and shit. Editing voice clips together, right? And like, you know, getting ready to stream and getting ready to hop in. Like, I feel like there's all this stuff that I, like, should have been doing for a while. That I've been away from, like, for long enough. Fucking Haley was telling me the same thing about, like, oh, I feel so bad because I haven't been able to work on my comic. That feeling of Breaking back into it. Feeling good about it. Let me try to do this whole... Alright, I still haven't come up with those 2 words in the hook yet. Where's Don't Talk to Me? Alright. I just give myself some slack. Life's been a lot. Good to know my fears might not be able to create things anymore. Yeah. Yeah. God, this is like in my fucking nerves, I swear to God. I don't have my camera switcher, otherwise I'd be doing a bunch of crazy camera switching shit, but... Fuck. Crazy. Alright. I'm only gonna go through half of that, because I don't think I'm gonna be here until 5. Alright, I'm sharp-eyed. I'm a crow's-eyed, sharp-eared. Am I gonna have to go to Rhyme Zone? Don't make me go to Rhyme Zone. God. Side, pride, glide, ride, dried, stride, soul side, hide, cried. What about Far Cry? Is that a thing that you can make past tense? Let me see. No. Fluoride. No. Roadside. That's what I need. Worldwide. No. Cockeye. Stride. Significant progress. Subside. I need OI. Those sounds. Fried. I'm fried. Let's try this.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm a crow's-eyed sharp-eared, known like gold tier main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
Welcome back. Oh, duh. Fuck. Okay.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm a crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul-guided, gold-tier main. I'm a crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul-guided, gold...
Yeah, got it.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm a crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul-guide, gold-tier main feature. Please don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability. And don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
We're getting it.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul-guide, gold-tier main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
If you hear me scream, you're in. Hear me scream. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul-guide. Ah!
I fucked up the... Where did I fuck it up?
crow's eye, sharp beard, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's eyed, sharp beard, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you hear me.
Gotta quit it in these fourths. Crow's eyes. Crow. Hear me.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's eyed, sharp beard, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Alright.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's eyed, sharp beard, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Alright. See you around, Alec. Thanks for stopping in. Guess I am gonna go till 5, because I want to get this hook together.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory.
Wait. What are the discrepancies here?
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crow's eyed, sharp beard, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
I'm a Sagittarius. Ophiuchus if you roll with the Ophiuchus, but I'm a Sagittarius. Thanks, Scream Egg again. I feel like I have a god complex because of two most relevant signs to me are Scorpio and Sagittarius, because of I'm a rooster, which means my Jupiter is in Scorpio, which is a you know, that planet's orbit and our orbit play a perfect fifth with each other, so that's interesting. And Scorpio and Sagittarius, they both have stars out the farthest away from our planet. Sagittarius has, or Scorpio has a star way the fuck out. And Sagittarius has one about, I'd say, is about a third as far. And the rest of them are relatively local in comparison. But it makes me feel like I'm way the fuck far out. Like I come from like a totally like out there angle that nobody fucking gets. And that's been a consistent theme for my life.
If you hear me scream, territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. Hear me scream. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, gold guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability, then don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay. My midhaven is Cancer. So that was the sign that was direct. I believe that's the sign that is directly above me in the sky at the time I was born. But no, my midhaven is Cancer. My moon is Virgo. My rising sign is Libra. And most of my planets are in Sagittarius. Me and my partner both have fucking Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
5 years of... Oh, that's nuts. I think I remember hearing something about that.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. You're in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me in my range of hearing, and don't you fucking dare.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, don't you fucking dare come near me. Wow. That went a lot more in depth than I'm familiar with in terms of meaning. Oh, are you doing a star chart thing? Holy shit. I'm gonna do an octave up.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you hear me scream,
Here! You hear?
if you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
That fucking, the fucking crow's-eyed line is throwing me off.
If you hear me scream, if you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier.
I can't fucking... Wow! God.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Okay. Let's bring that down one step. I kinda just want water.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature.
I can't do it. I had it for a couple takes. It's gone. Hear me scream! Okay, where was the, there was a higher one I did. Where is that? Sorry, I keep clearing my throat so much.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
That's different. I gotta listen to this before I fucking try to double it.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
There we go.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. Don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. Don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. Don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
Okay.
Come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. Hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you
I feel like the lead melody could be higher than it is. But I don't really know if I can do that right now. So glad you think this is good.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. You see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. Territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. You see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Treat me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm cross-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. to me. Treat me like nobility to the best of your ability, but don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory, and don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm Crow's-eyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear,
I might wrap up at 5. Because all the stuff that I really have to record, I've done. I did did some more takes of the chorus, did the white supremacist verse. I found out that I can technically treat this as Phrygian as long as I don't use any seconds, and only bring them in sparingly. And I've discovered that. I smoked 1.5 CBD cigarettes, and I got to talk about serotonin and how my sliver of the trans agenda is advancing the androgynous human archetype. And I got I've made pasta. And a fucking fitting end. I'm actually pretty, like, today's supposed to be my fast day. I'm having fucking thyroid issues, and that's apparently a thing exacerbated by fasting. So I'm probably gonna go and break that fast now that it's evening with a light meal of some kind. But thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys have a good week. I will catch up with you guys again next weekend. This Tuesday, possibly fucking Wednesday, but this Tuesday, the next Crow's-eyed page is going to be going up, and there may be actually a few more posts on the Crow's-eyed page between when that goes up and the next, like, official big page, because some of this stuff it's a bit overwhelming to dump on everyone at once, because I want to make sure people notice and see it. But thank you guys for coming to the stream. I love all you guys. You've shared some very kind words with me today that, you know, remind me why I keep doing this shit. And I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep trucking on this angry alien bird and the subjects it possesses, and hopefully have more content for you by next week. But yeah, thanks for coming. Have a good week. Good luck. Keep climbing, and do not look down. Thanks for coming.